Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, the final Fed League Flash Monday edition that we're going to be doing for quite a while. So, yes, I am Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. And in case you missed it, yep, we have a champion. Danbury needs overtime, but they dispatched of Carolina 3-2 to win the series 3-2. And wow, what a game! It was quite the event. All right, so yeah, started off with the usual goaltender pairing that we've had all series with Greg Hussey and um Brian Wilson. Things got started off, broke the trend today, or last night rather. Danbury scores first, and they get the win. It's the first time all series that the opening score was from the winning team. So Michael Marchand ends up scoring just 56 seconds in. Um, got to the end of the period, near the end, Josh Keplinger draws uh, the Carolina Thunderbirds back into it. 1-1 after one. Shots were 19-9 Carolina. Carolina still generating a lot of offense. All right, then we got to the second, and that was really quite the eventful period. All right, first we had Tucker Firth. Uh, I'm not sure what happened. I don't think it was a deliberate thing, but he ends up, um, you know, head blow to the back of Johnny Ruiz. Ruiz goes down. I guess the visor ended up cutting his face, so he gets taken off to get stitched up. 5 and a game for Tucker Firth. Again, it didn't look intentional to me, but it was careless. So, all right. So here we go. 5-minute major. You go on the power play. You can score as many times as you want. Tobias Ojic got the power play goal at 4:14. Assist from Gordy Bennell and Brendan Sheehan. Sheehan's second assist because he also assists on Marchand's goal in the first period. And then immediately thereafter, not immediately, but shortly thereafter, Daniel Martin was called for a 5-minute headshot. And this I did not get because, yeah, it was a penalty. It was a 2 minutes for boarding. That's what it should have been. Called for a headshot when, his hit was to the numbers. So I don't understand that. But nonetheless, Carolina ends up killing everything off, including a minute 37 of 5-on-3. So we get to the end of the second period, and Carolina is feeling pretty good about themselves because they only gave up the one goal in almost 8 minutes of time being shorthanded on majors. And there's 25-17 shots for Carolina. All right, then in a bit of a role reversal in the third period, Riley Robertson gets called for a 5-minute major, hit from behind on Viktor Grebennikov, who left the game for a period of time but ended up coming back. All right, and on that power play, Yuri Pastuka finally draws Carolina even. It's 2-2, assists to Keplinger and Gus Ford. That's a 14:05. And get to the end of the game. 60 minutes isn't enough. We go into overtime, and there was a lot of skating, not a whole lot of offensive chances being generated. Both teams were being very defensively uh, careful, trying to be as responsible as they could be in their own zone. But finally, 11:58, Michael Marchand, ends up putting the winner home, and the Danbury Ice Arena erupts, and celebration is on. In the end, Greg Hussey stopped 28 of 31 shots in 71:58 of game time. Brian Wilson, who might have been able to secure the the MVP award. He stopped 39 of 41, but in the end, the award for playoff MVP was given to Michael Marchand, who ended up getting 10 goals for Danbury in 9 games played, and of course, getting the winner. So, congratulations to the Danbury Hat Tricks, Commissioner's Cup champions for 2023. And that wraps up the season. It's been a really interesting season. And again, congratulations to Danbury. Congratulations as well to Carolina, who got off to a very rough start at the beginning of the year, but they ended up going deep. And I think either of these two teams could have played well in the SPHL playoffs. And these two teams were really, really something. All right, so what is up next for the Fed? Well, the GM meetings are taking place Wednesday, and I'm going to see if I can find out any information of what is being discussed. I know that they're talking about determining the date for the expansion draft, because obviously, originally it was going to be next Wednesday, but both Carolina and Danbury need time to get their protected lists together. So, it's probably going to be pushed back some, and we'll find out what that day is going to be. We'll talk about. I'm sure they're going to discuss setting up rookie camps. I know there is one scheduled for Elmira August 3rd, and I'm sure there will probably be a couple others that are scheduled. We'll find out when and where those will be. And of course, they'll be discussing the schedule. They'll be discussing the alignment for adding Baton Rouge and Virginia in. So a lot to be discussed. And hopefully, maybe Thursday on the Spotify podcast, hopefully I can get you some of that information. If not, we'll go to our YouTube video, which the next couple of weeks are going to be on Sunday. I've got obligations on Saturday. But the plan is right now, as we go through the summer, there's still stuff happening behind the scenes. So we're going to do a couple of podcasts per week. We're going to have a Thursday Spotify podcast and Saturday on YouTube, with the exception of the next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks will be on Sunday rather than Saturday. So keep it tuned here. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Make sure to hit like on this video. Find me at Spotify. Spotify is a free app to use. Download the app, not only for this podcast, but there's a lot of great podcasts on Spotify. I would highly recommend using that. So go to Spotify, download it for free, use it for free. Search for me, Fed League Flash, hit follow, and you can keep up to date with everything going on with the league as we go through the summer. And then when we get to probably about the last week in September, we'll start doing some looks ahead into the upcoming season for each team. The beginning of the year is always crazy because rosters are in a state of constant flux as teams kind of figure things out. And it makes for a very interesting beginning of the season. So, keep it tuned here. All right. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I appreciate it. We will keep in touch with you. So, keep it here. Again, Thursday, Spotify. Usually Saturday for YouTube. Next 2 weeks, though, will be Sunday. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. Until next time, keep your head up, keep your stick on the ice, and be excellent to each other.